everybody, it's me, Jose Segura, your SMEEA president. Welcome to another episode of Fireside Chat with the President. Happy Friday. Hope you had a great Veterans Day yesterday. You were able to take some time off. Appreciate the little bit of a break, and also appreciate those folks who have stepped up and taken their turn in order to represent and defend this country. So for all those veterans out there, hope you had an opportunity to say thank you, and also hopefully you enjoyed the day off, right? Okay, so you're back to work. Today's Friday. Hope you had a great rest of the week. Let's get started. Let's start with an update of our association and some of the outstanding things that are occurring or that have been happening. So let's start with last weekend, Sunday and Monday, your executive board, your negotiations team, and of course, our CTA staff person, Andrew Oman. We all met with the district leadership, about 11 of them, including the district cabinet, 2 board members, site administrators, some coordinators of departments, met for a relationship building training that was put on by Barber and Gonzalez and Associates. They are a consulting group that Mr. Ontiveros and I selected to help us with this endeavor. And the whole point is to develop not only a relationship between the association and the district that is better for both parties and better for our district, but also to develop a system where we can, as an organization, solve problems, address issues and concerns in a way that's consistent and that makes sense, and that folks within our association, folks within the district, are trained in a way that allows for that to occur, so that when things do occur at a school site, or when we do have issues district-wide between the association and the district, that they can be addressed in a timely manner, and they can be addressed using a system that is fair and equitable. And that's really a goal for us. And then we can take that same system and apply it to our negotiations process. We really don't want to get back into a cycle of impasse and mediators and that kind of stuff. We really would prefer to negotiate with the district and then to settle contracts prior to the expiration of a contract during normal contract cycle, and not dip into things like impasse. And so this is a very long-term process. This is not a one and done or one weekend. But last Sunday, we were there together all day. And of course, Monday, we were all together all day, is the beginnings of that process. So I just wanted to update you all on where we are with that. Sunday and Monday went well. The trainers were great. We're very impressed with them. Our next session with the trainers is on December the 13th. But the trainers will be here on November the 17th, which is next Wednesday, for LMC. They're going to be facilitating our LMC, our Labor Management Council meetings, for us as a way to help introduce the ideas and the practices and the processes that they're teaching us into how we handle LMC. And so we're really looking forward to that. So I just wanted to make sure that you all were aware of where we were on all that. Next thing, we have 3 outstanding grievances right now. We have one for two staff meetings a week. We have another one for our coaches being pulled to sub. And then we have a third one for how the contract language of Article 26 has been implemented when it comes to our teacher tutors. And so for the first 2 grievances, the coaches as subs and the 2 staff meetings a week, we've already gone through steps 1 and step 2 of that process. We've agreed with the district to skip step 3, and so we're moving to step 4, which calls for a state mediator to come out and help mediate between the 2 parties. And so we have agreed to do that. That's going to happen in the very beginning of January, because we had to get a state mediator, right? Somebody would make sure that we can fit into their schedule. And that is step 4 of our grievance process. The grievance for Article 26 teacher tutors, that we've done step 1, which is the informal. We're moving to step 2, which is a facilitated meeting, and that will be happening later on this month. And so that's where we are with those 3 active grievances. As of Wednesday, this past Wednesday, first night of conferences for elementary, we are in step 1 of a grievance process for the forced night conferences. And as you all know, we believe that night conferences are still optional. The scheduling of a night conference night for a site is required, but that teachers are not required to actually attend or participate or schedule conferences for the night conference. That's our position. Of course, the district has the complete opposite position. And so this is the beginnings of the process for step 1. Like I said, we have Labor Management Council, LMC, next Wednesday on the 17th, and we will be taking this issue to LMC, which is part of the LMC process, that we bring grievances to LMC as an opportunity to discuss them and perhaps even settle them. And so that's where that one is going. So I just want you all to be aware of what's happening with all of that. And then the last thing is PERB charges. We do have some public employee relations charges out there, and we actually had 3 days of PERB hearings. These PERB charges are related to our teacher tutors, and we filed charges against the district. We filed and PERB accepted these charges, and it had to do with how teacher tutors were treated at the end of the 2019-2020 school year. For those of you who aren't aware, our teacher tutors didn't work at all last year. And so we are trying to settle this with the district. We really feel like did the district violate the law when it came to how our teacher tutors are supposed to be treated. And so now we have contract language for teacher tutors, which is great, but this doesn't erase what's happened in the past. And so we have two additional dates scheduled for continued hearings and testimonies, which is going to happen in the first part of December. And so that's the Public Employees Relations Board, the PERB charges that are outstanding, and we will get to the last part of those in December. And so we'll see where that takes us. In a previous Fireside chat, talked a little bit about options for you all when it comes to leave related to COVID. And so what I really want to do is give you a quick update. One of the options was a workman's comp claim. So if you believe that you contracted COVID, you tested positive, you believe you contracted it in the workplace, then you need to file your workers' comp claim right away. Don't wait till you're back to work. File it right away. The sooner you file it, the better off you're going to be. And so if you believe that you contracted COVID, you tested positive for COVID, and you believe it's from the workplace, then file that file the workers' comp claim right away, and that's going to benefit you. So there's only a couple of options. We talked about those before. So if you go back to the email that this video was attached to, you'll see the original text information about the different options for potentially utilizing some other source to provide you with the time you need to be off if you are quarantined or if you test positive, other than using your own personal sick days. All right, perfect. Now, here's our next episode of Get to Know a SMEEA Leader. We've already were introduced to Kristen Lohr, SMEEA's first vice president. Last time we were together, we talked to Marissa Feely, SMEEA's second vice president. This time around, let's talk to Jose Rodriguez, SMEEA third vice president. Hey, everybody. All right. I am here with Jose Rodriguez. Hey, Jose.
How's it going?
Going really well, buddy. Good to see you. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and start with the first question, which is, who are you and what do you do? Go ahead and start with the district. Who are you and what do you do for the district?
So my name is Jose Rodriguez. I am an 8th grade U.S. history teacher. I taught English, language arts for about 8 years, honors English, GATE. And now I teach U.S. history.
That's awesome. Love U.S. history. Now, what do you do for SMEEA? What's your role there?
All right. So for SMEEA, I am currently the third vice president. But before this role, I was the secretary, which was awesome. I've always taken notes during meetings, typing away. And so when the spot opened up, I ran for the position. And then I'm just moving on up now to third vice president.
That's awesome. Now, before you were secretary, did you have a role within the association? Anything else?
Yeah. So before I was secretary, I was a rep for El Camino Junior High School. Actually, my very first year, I was a rep.
Nice.
From year one, I was a rep all the way up until now. So I encourage anyone, even if maybe you're not permanent, to run, to be a rep. It's a great experience.
Awesome. Yes, I totally agree. So how long have you actually been with the district, as a member or just completely in your total? I know you have been in the district for a while now.
I think I'm in my 12th year, starting my 12th year. I lost track. I stopped counting. I'm a couple years past my 10-year pin.
So about 12 years as a teacher?
Yeah.
Okay. And before that?
But with the district, I started in 2004. So we're 17, 18 years now.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So in case you don't know this, Jose was an instructional assistant in the classroom, working on his diploma, his degree, and getting his credential. And then he moved into full-time teaching and been a member ever since. So that to me is a great story, right? So tell us a little bit about yourself. Married, kids, pets, hobbies, where you're from, what do you like to do?
Yeah, so I'm married. My wife is Christina. She used to work at Costco, but now she's home with our daughter, who is about to be 3. So she's a full-time mommy. And we have a cat. That's our little fur baby. Um, yeah, that's my home life. For hobbies, I have a podcast called Conversation on Tap.
A little
We,
plug.
we
Go
drink
ahead.
we drink beer, we talk politics and religion, all the things you're not supposed to discuss. But we talk about those things while, having a beer or two. It's a fun podcast. You've been on my podcast,
Yeah, it's
actually.
a lot of fun.
That's pretty much my only hobby. Mostly family and work for the
Right.
most
And
part.
are you from here? Are you a transplant to the Central Coast?
Yeah, I was born here in Santa Maria. I lived in Sacramento for about 5 years, but then we moved back here to Santa Maria. Yep, local boy. I went to
Great.
these schools, and now I teach at these schools. So.
Yeah, how cool is that, right? Same story with me, right? Went to the same schools and now working in them and working with folks who are teaching them. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a little weird to be a teacher and then going to SMEEA meetings with oh my goodness, that's my math teacher when I went to FESTA, or that's my science teacher. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your role as third vice president, and really a little bit about why it is that you've chosen to serve.
Oh, so basically, for me, service is kind of just in my blood. My grandparents were big in the union. So for my grandfather, that was the Teamsters. He was a rep. So for me, it was just a natural thing to want to serve and be part of the union. And as we had great people like Michael Schaefer and Mark Jones kind of retire and move out, these spots were available. And so Marisa moved on up, and then I filled Marisa's third VP spot. So I'm looking forward to, being a leader for our teachers in our district. I'm really looking forward to having CNI meetings. Hopefully those will get up and going again soon. It's just something that, is in my blood.
Hey, that's awesome. I really appreciate it, Jose. Appreciate you taking time, sharing a little bit about yourself with our folks. It's important that our members really know that those of us in leadership roles, we're teachers. We're just from the classroom. We're band teachers, and we're classroom teachers, and we're junior high teachers, and we can be psychologists or nurses or preschool teachers. Anyone from our membership can be in a leadership role in our association, right? We're not outside people. We're the same as everybody else. And so I really appreciate you taking the time. Go back and enjoy your family. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy. See you.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
That was so great. Hey, thanks a lot, Jose. Really appreciate it. And hopefully those of you at home got to know Jose Rodriguez a little bit better. He is our SMEEA third vice president. PD for me's are still happening. And next week's going to be a banging week. I know it's the week before we go off for the Thanksgiving break. But on Tuesday, the movie club is going to meet. I'm not sure what movie they've selected yet, but if you go back to the link that this video was attached to, click on the movie club link, it'll take you to that sign up form. You can see what movie they're going to be screening next week and get yourself signed up if you're interested in attending. Also, beer club's meeting on Wednesday at Naughty Oak here in Orchid at 4 p.m. That's Wednesday at 4 p.m. And of course, our ukulele classes are going to continue next week. So if you've been doing ukulele classes, awesome, keep coming back. If you haven't started yet, but you're interested, it's never too late to start. So go back to the email this video was attached to, find the section for PD for me, and get yourself signed up for any of the PD for me's that you have an interest in. All right. All right, next. We talked about this in the previous Fireside chat, so I just want to remind you that, of course, we all know that Mr. Ontiveros is going to retire at the end of this school year. The district will be beginning the process of searching for Mr. Ontiveros' replacement, and we want to reach out to our community members and to our members and find out what they have to say, what their interests are, what they want to see in a superintendent, and what types of things are of interest to them when it comes to the Santa Maria Bonita School District. So if you go back to the email this video was attached to, in that section about Mr. Ontiveros retiring, you'll see a link there. If you have an interest in helping out and joining our team, we're putting together a coalition of folks who are going to be spearheading a community outreach program. We're going to solicit input from folks in the community. We're going to where they are, listening to them about what they want to see in a superintendent, and what what ideas and contributions they think that a superintendent needs to have in order to make the district successful, to make their own children, their grandchildren, their neighbors successful. And so if you have an interest in that, go back to the email this video was attached to, find that section, click on that link, and get yourself signed up. And then once you're all signed up, we will contact you. We're starting to put the plan together now. Andrew Oman, our CTA staff person, is spearheading this for us. And so we will be contacting you shortly if you put your name as someone who has an interest. Hey, thanks everybody for joining me on this episode of Fireside Chat with the President. I really appreciate you taking the time and joining us here. It's Friday. Well, hopefully if you're watching this on Friday, it's Friday. Have a great weekend. If you're watching this video on a rebound, on a repeat, on another day, enjoy whatever day it is for you. And we will see you all soon. Thanks a lot, everyone.